The life of Abba Gerasimos. About a mile away from the holy Jordan River, there stands the lavra of Abba Gerasimos. One time when we were visiting this lavra, the fathers who dwelt there told us this story about this saint. Once when he was walking along the banks of the Jordan, he came across a lion that was roaring in pain. It had a reed splinter lodged in its paw, and the wound had become infected and was now swollen with pus. When the lion saw the old man, it went over to him, showed him its paw with the splinter in it, and begged him to heal it, weeping as much as a lion could. When the elder saw how dear the lion's predicament was, he sat down, took the paw and made an incision. He removed the splinter and drained the fluid, then he cleaned and dressed the wound with a bandage, and let the lion go. After it recovered, the lion would not leave the old man's side, and followed him around wherever he went, as a true disciple. The elder was amazed at the beast's gratitude, and from then on he took care of the lion, feeding it bread and pulse porridge. Now the lavra had a single donkey that brought the monks water to drink from the Jordan. The river lies a mile away from the lavra. The fathers were wont to put the lion in charge of the donkey to watch over it as it grazed by the banks of the holy Jordan River. One day as the donkey was grazing under the lion's care, it wandered off by itself. All of a sudden, camel drivers from Arabia came across the donkey and took it with them on their journey back home. When the lion realized that it had lost the donkey, it returned to Abba Gerasimos sad and downcast. Now the Abba assumed that the lion had eaten the donkey. He asked it, "Where is the donkey?" But the lion just stood there like a man, not saying anything and looking down at the ground. The old man said, "Did you eat the donkey? Give glory to God and tell the truth. If you have done anything to that donkey, then you must take over its chores." And from then on, at the old man's behest, the lion carried the donkey's pack with its 4 heavy jugs of water. One day, a soldier came to the old man seeking a blessing. When he saw the lion carrying the water and heard the story, he took pity on it. He took out 3 coins and gave them to the old man so he could buy a pack donkey to carry the water and free the lion from this drudgery. Some time after the lion had been released, one of the camel drivers who had stolen the donkey came back again that way to sell grain in the holy city, bringing the donkey with him. As he was crossing the holy Jordan River, he happened to come across the lion. When he saw it, he let go of his camels and ran away. But the lion recognized the donkey and rushed over to it. It took hold of the donkey's halter in its jaws, as it had always used to do, and led it and the 3 camels back to the old man. The elder shouted for joy to see that the lion had found the donkey. The old man had thought that the lion had eaten the donkey, but then he realized that the lion had been innocent after all. He gave the lion the name Jordan, and the two were inseparable for the next 50 years, living side by side in the lavra. When the time came for Abba Gerasimos to go be with the Lord and for the fathers to bury him, by the providence of God the lion was nowhere to be found in the lavra. A little while later, the lion came looking for the old man. When the old man's disciple and Abba Sabashus saw it, they said to it, "Jordan, our elder has gone to be with the Lord and left us as orphans. But come now and eat." The lion, however, refused to eat. It could not bear to be parted from the old man, and kept looking this way and that, trying to find him, and roaring deafeningly. When Abba Sabashus and the other fathers saw this, they began to stroke its back, saying, "The elder has left us and gone to be with the Lord." But these words did nothing to stop its howling and whining. The more they sought to console it and comfort it with words, the more it persisted in roaring. In fact, its cries grew louder and its grief more intense, and one could hear in its voice and see in its eyes and face its sorrow at not being able to find the elder. Then Abba Sabashus said, "If you do not believe us, come with me, and I will show you where our elder lies." And he took the lion to where they had buried him, about half a mile from the church. Abba Sabashus stood over the grave of Abba Gerasimos and said to the lion, "Behold, our elder." Then Abba Sabashus knelt down to pray. When the lion saw him falling down in prostration, it struck its head violently against the ground, gave a roar, and died at once upon the old man's grave. This all came to pass, not because of the lion itself, as if it possessed a rational soul, but rather because God wished to glorify those who glorify him, not only during their lives, but even after their deaths. He wished to show how, before Adam disobeyed and fell short of the delights of the garden, even the animals obeyed him.